it's fantastic that we've got this validation back from our partners. I think that's given the team here, some comfort that we're on the right track. Should give our investors some comfort as well.
Hello, you're watching Proactive. I'm joined by Ilika CEO Graham Purdy. Graham, very good to speak with you. You've announced more progress with your Goliath roadmap, positive testing results from OEM and Tier 1 testing partners. Tell us more.
Yeah, great piece of news, really completing the circle. People who've been following us since May last year will know that we started testing our first set of prototypes, our P1 prototype cells, our 2 amp hour cells, on behalf of commercial partners. And then we shipped some later in the summer to other partners. It takes a few months for them to carry out those tests. They've all got their proprietary test protocols that they use. The reason that they're proprietary actually is that they're often tailored for the specific applications that those OEMs are addressing. So it's not the case that there's one set of test protocols that everybody in the industry uses. There's actually quite a lot of know-how that goes into the test routines. But yeah, we're getting very positive feedback that the prototypes do what they say on the tin, and that's the key thing in this industry, is that you have to deliver what you say the specification of the product is.
So what does it say on the tin, Graham? What sort of tests did the P1 Goliath prototype pass?
Well, first of all, they have to confirm that the cells have formed properly, and you can do that electrochemically. What we mean by that is that when you first make one of these EV batteries, actually you need to sort of burn it in. You need to cycle it a few times for it to perform properly. Otherwise, you get a variation in performance. So the first test really just confirmed that had been done properly. And then you start measuring some of the characteristics like energy capacity, how quickly it can charge to that capacity, its ability to discharge that energy. So that's power delivery, how quickly you can pull the energy out of the battery. And then you do some cyclability tests looking at different rates of charge and discharge in order to confirm how that affects the capacity of the battery through its duty cycle and through its lifetime.
So, Graham, your confidence levels as you progress towards a minimum viable product?
Well, increasing by the day. It's fantastic that we've got this validation back from our partners. I think that's given the team here, some comfort that we're on the right track. Should give our investors some comfort as well, by that same token. And the next things to look forward to, of course, are the 10 amp hour prototypes that we've been signposting. We've already got some initial data from those prototypes, and they are going through a series of test protocols at the minute that we're doing in-house, because of course we don't want any surprises from our customers. We really want to know what the answer is before we send those cells out for them to be tested. So we're executing that test program at the minute.
Graham, I hope you'll keep us updated on progress with that. Thank you very much for speaking with us today.
Thanks, Stephen. It's been a pleasure.
That's Graham Purdy, the CEO of Ilika.